Okay, it's Nick Dutch here yet again, just quickly reading through an email that I received here on YouTube. Got some interesting points, and I just thought I could quickly go through them. I'm not going to mention the YouTube user, but here we go. This is the email. Firstly, it says, research by scientists stated that the right side of the brain is creative and the left side of the brain being skilled in mathematics. Is it possible we can create our own vision surroundings inside our head? Yeah, well, perception is actually a variety of hallucination anyway. When we see something physically, when I put my hand in front of my face and I see it, am I really seeing my hand? No, what I'm doing is experiencing somewhere inside my head the imagination or the illusion that I have a hand in front of me, which is caused by light bouncing off my hand, going to my eyes, and then the information from the eyes being processed in the brain. So we are already creating our surroundings inside our head, and yes, the visualization can get so intense that it can seem real. Okay? Fact. I sometimes have dreams that make me feel happy, but then I forget them once I awake. Okay, terribly sorry about that. I personally can't do anything about that, but you can learn to have a dream diary beside your bed, okay? Sometimes I go through days that I feel like I've been through them, presumably before. That's called deja vu. If you go to the YouTube channel, which is called 10th Dim, namely 10THDIM, there may be some videos on there that can help you. He explains the possibility that prophetic things and deja vu type things could be a quantum phenomenon, and our brains could in fact be reacting on a quantum level. So that might actually help to answer some of your questions, okay? If dreams can have a surrounding environment and sometimes be able to feel them, then isn't it possible to have your own personal place? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. The things that happen in your mind will have some impact upon your personality and your perceptions anyway. So, yes, there will be some places that you'll feel more comfortable or more driven to because of the way that you are inside here. And also, what is your level of what happens in the afterlife? Christians keep threatening me that I will go to hell if I don't follow their rules. I'm not some cocky 15-year-old who thinks he knows everything. The church always thinks they're holy, yet when they're wrong about they were wrong about the heliocentric theory and their priests being molested some of my family members for generations. I'm sorry to hear that. The evil images just never go away, and they judge what is good and what is wrong. Obviously, I'm very sorry about what's happened to you and your family in the past. And basically, these priests and people who are like that, don't bother with them because they're mad, sick, twisted, dangerous fucking people and don't deserve anything good to happen to them in my estimation. However, it's not up to you to do anything about them. It's up to you to look after yourself and keep away from them, okay? The email then goes on and it says, but I'm telling you, scaring a child's mind is the most evilest thing in the world than killing a person, and that won't hide the pain for the rest of their life. It is the unspeakable. I'm in fear of what happens after death. Now, okay, on the subject of the afterlife, the question is, more rightly, who the hell knows? If the views about what happens in the afterlife come from religion, then it's invented by someone, just like a 3-year-old kid saying to their parents, no, I didn't steal the candy. Okay, it's a lie, it's a fabrication, it's a myth. And therefore it's completely discreditable because it's a myth. Full stop, finito, end of that argument. As far as clairvoyants, mediums, and the rest of it who talk about the afterlife, all these people can do is to relate subjective experiences and then jump to conclusions as to what they actually mean. Alright? These are people who are saying things that they think is right. And they've got no grounding in science, no real education about these things, and they're just throwing ideas out into the world just to terrify people, drive people mad, and basically be stupid and nasty, alright? This is just what certain types of people are about. And you just got to accept that there's an awful lot of bad people in the world. As far as what happens after death is concerned, Who can say? Yes, I've done astral projection. Does it mean to say that my soul really exists? No. It means to say I can have an experience. It does not mean to say that there is anything after that, or there isn't. We do not know. It is actually impossible for anyone to come back and tell us, and even if they could, it would also be impossible, philosophically and scientifically speaking, to be able to say that this is a real proof of anything at all, under any circumstances whatsoever. So if someone's trying to scare you about the afterlife, raise your middle finger and walk away, because they are mad, they are dangerous, they are bad for you. And you've just got to look after yourself and not worry about bad quality people, alright? If they're religious people, then they're people who've got issues and, you know, they're a waste of space, time, and energy. Fuck them. Just fuck them, okay? Forget them. They're wrong. They're wrong because they're taking things that they don't know about and can't prove, and they're talking about these things to you as if it were fact, and that is completely wrong. They can say, well, I believe, well, I believe, well, I believe. Well, they can believe as much as they want. Full stop. They can just fucking believe it. It's not fact. And yeah, I've had people scaring me about religious stuff when I was a kid. I've had people scaring me about religious stuff in my adulthood. I've had people scaring me about religious stuff when I was in pagan groups, and all over the place. There's no religious group which is totally safe from lunatics with brain chemistry deficiencies. Alright? Don't worry about what's going to happen to you when you die, because there's no fucking point in worrying about it. And as far as these people saying you're going to go to hell, are these people God? No, they're not. They're a bunch of cunts. Alright? So, forget them.